Hello YouTube viewers. Thank you for tuning in to Ellensburg Amplifier Repair and Service. Today I have a Soundstream Rubicon 2500.1D output driver card here. This has been a card that I have struggled with for quite a long time at the very beginning of amplifier repair. These cards are very finicky. They do pose their own issues, and some issues are not even visible, which I'll go over. But what I want to do is present to you the components that are in place and the values of the resistors of the common components that fail on these. So just to start off here, on the end you have Q37, which is a 3228 transistor, and we're just going to work our way around the top here. So this top corner transistor is an A1277. So these three transistors are A1277s. These two are C3228s, and this Q47 is an A1275. So then down here is another area that's real common to burn up. This is a 10K resistor. This is a 5.6 volt Zener diode, which goes back to this resistor that's in between Q37 and Q48, which that resistor there is a 1.2K. Sometimes you'll see a 1.3K down in here. So then these transistors across, they're in pairs. So Q48 and Q49 are A1837s, and the next two are C4793s, and then it goes two 1837s and then two C4793s. Alright, so R91, R86, and R85 are 10 ohm resistors. R50 here is a 220 ohm resistor. R84 and R82 are two 560 ohm resistors. And then down here behind this capacitor, R92 is a 1 kilo ohm. R94 is 150 ohm. R93 and R87 are both 1.2 kilo ohm resistors, and then R88 right down in here is a 100 ohm resistor, and R83 is a 100 ohm resistor. And then of course you have the IC here, which is you can use a TL072 or you can use a 4565, a JRC 4565 here. Whenever I have to replace one, which is very rarely, these very rarely fail, I use a TL072. So you'll get a square wave that slowly turns into a triangle wave on this as it powers up. So that is just the general layout of this card, and I'll try to get the images for you of the numbers, the resistor designators, and the transistor designators for you. So that way if you ever have to go and rebuild one of those cards, you know what goes where. And here's a list that I have made of the values and the numbers of the driver board for the resistors and the pre-drivers. So you're going to have your low side and your high side drivers on this, your low side and your high side here. So these will typically fail. They'll burn up on you. These run extremely hot. These cards are unbelievably hot. That's why you'll see when I rebuild these. Let me see if I can get a good picture here. What I do is I fan out the main transistors and I separate the transistors away from the main transistors here, because these run, this end one here runs really extremely hot. So I separate that, and if you can put a fan somewhere in the amplifier, they even help even more for these cards. They do burn up quite easily. And sometimes on these cards, they'll short in the board, you'll get a carbon trace in the board, and you'll have to go through and cut a line to separate the trace. If you find that you keep burning up some of these resistors here, I would be looking for carbon traces within the layers of the board, in between the legs, which you can find with a multimeter. It'll come up as a low resistance. Otherwise, this circuit here on this end here very rarely fails. It's mainly just your output transistors and your pre-drivers here and your level shifters. So I just wanted to give a quick rundown of this card. Sorry, I'm trying to work on getting a better camera that'll help capture these designators for you. If you need any specifics on this or any details of resistors and locations, please let me know down below, and I will get back to you with it. And I will get back to you as soon as I can with the answers to your questions. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you like this content. And I try to release as much as I can about amplifier repair, and I hope to see you again soon. Thank you for watching.